I'll start at the beginning. My ex-husband was a good father, but a terrible husband. I divorced him when my oldest was 14 and youngest was 10. Well, he ended up spiraling and the kids were exposed to that. I was blamed for ruining Dad. He got better after a few years, but ended up doing it again when he learned I was dating. So the kids kept trying to get me not to date since it will affect their dad. It was an awful time since to the kids I was still responsible for what he did and reacted to things. In the end, I just kept my dating on the low end, which wasn't hard, since it wasn't introducing the kids to the men anyway. All I had to change was not posting on social media. Also, yes, I sent the kids to therapy. They all stopped when they hit 18, or my middle child refused to talk, so I pulled him. The oldest is now 25, and youngest is 21, and I got proposed to. I sat them down and told them. They were not happy and were pissed I was doing this to Dad. Lots of talk later, and I thought it was good. The wedding is in 2 weeks. I got a text from all the kids saying they will not be at my wedding, that they need to support Dad during this time. I had enough, and texted them that if they do not go to my wedding, it will damage our relationship, and I will not be attending their own weddings when they get married. They were pissed, and it started an argument, and all of them think I'm a huge jerk. I truly hate that I can't do anything that makes me happy since it will affect my ex. Sorry for errors on phone and not a native speaker. Update. I realised I'm okay letting them go. I can't do it anymore. I sent a text. It is up to them if they go or not. If they do go, I have hope to fix this relationship. If not, I'm just done. I can't keep playing this game. It's for everything. Any time I have something good, his feelings have to come first. I can't do that anymore. It hurts too much. I could tell them everything he has done, but I don't feel like blowing up their image of him. Update 2. Someone private messaging me convinced me to lay it all out for them, so I did. Well, I got my response. They called me a liar. Even with showing old screenshots that were in our divorce case, I think it is over, thanks to everyone who tried to help. I know this was a no-win situation. I did frick it and sent every single thing, including this post. Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Your kids are absolutely ridiculous from the divorce and up to now. Your relationship with your ex-husband is exactly that, your relationship. The kids have no business getting involved in adult situations, and now that they are grown, they are continuing with that selfish behaviour. I guess they expect you to be single for the rest of your life, and continue to be manipulated by their father, and now them that they are adults. I would have given them an ultimatum a long time ago, telling them to grow the hell up or move along. If you continue to bow to them now, you will be doing it for the rest of your life, and I guarantee you it will ruin the marriage you are about to enter. Not the idiot. Comment 2. Not the idiot. They're all old enough to understand that he may have been a good father, but he was an awful husband. You're not obligated to be alone and miserable all because your ex has failed to move on. Your ex is mentally unstable and, whether intentionally or not, incredibly manipulative and has alienated you from your children. He allowed them to be exposed to his continued mental instability. He traumatized your kids and put a burden on them. If a group of adults won't allow you to move on with your life, then unfortunately they should not be in your life. Parents may have a duty to their children, but it absolutely does not extend to this. Comment 3. Not the idiot. They are adults now and should realize that you're under no obligation to stay single to appease your ex. They're not the only people who have had parents divorce, and yet it seems like they can't get over it. And if after all this time your ex is still emotionally impacted by your personal life, then he needs to get on with his life and get help, because it is not healthy. Also, assuming that they want you to go to their weddings in the future, are they expecting you to go solo and not bring your husband? Now, for the update. The past 2 weeks have been a whirlwind I never could have anticipated, and the word drama barely scratches the surface of what's unfolded since my last post. 3 days after dropping the bombshell of evidence on my children, I received a call from my ex-husband. Apparently my oldest had confronted him with the messages and bank statements I had sent them. What I expected to be a furious tirade turned out to be a shocking admission of guilt. He broke down, confessed to years of deceit, and apologized, stating he wanted to start making amends. I was floored. Fast forward to the next day, and I'm at my front door, face to face with my children. Tears, apologies, and admissions of their own confusion and hurt rolled out in a conversation that lasted hours. They had been manipulated into believing a fabricated story, and the reality hit them hard. It was an emotional mess, but a start to mending our relationship. As if that wasn't enough, my fiancé, who had been supporting me through all this, revealed that he had been quietly investigating my ex's financials to build a case to ensure I wouldn't be taken advantage of anymore. His findings backed up everything I'd told my kids, and even unearthed additional betrayal from my ex. The most jaw-dropping moment came when my ex's sister reached out to me. She had been estranged from him for years, and after hearing about our situation, she provided me with emails and messages that confirmed even more lies he had told, not just to me but to our entire family over the years. The web of deceit was far more extensive than any of us knew. My kids are now in a different kind of therapy, one that deals with family betrayal and manipulation. It's early days, but they are starting to work through the trauma of being used as pawns in their father's games. And for the first time in a long time, they're talking to me openly. They've even initiated conversations about the wedding, with tentative steps toward wanting to be involved. As for the wedding itself, it's been put on hold, not because of all this chaos, but because my fiancé and I want to ensure our family is on a solid foundation before we take that next step. It's a strange sort of silver lining, but it feels like we're building something new and stronger from the wreckage of the past. These 2 weeks have been a testament to the idea that the truth will out, even if it takes its sweet time. And while it has been an emotionally exhausting time, there's a glimmer of hope now that wasn't there before. It's not a fairy tale ending, and there's a lot of work ahead, but for the first time in what feels like forever, it's a start. Now, for the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. Your first and foremost obligation is to the well-being and mental health of your children. The fact that they are now in therapy is a testament to just how deeply they were affected by their father's deceit. It's incredibly responsible of you to put the wedding on hold to focus on the stability of your family. Addressing these issues head-on is the best way to ensure that everyone involved can heal and move forward. It's never easy to confront a web of lies, especially when it's woven by someone who's supposed to be a pillar of trust and support. Your ex-husband's sister stepping in to provide additional evidence further solidifies that you are dealing with a complex situation that requires careful and considerate handling. By prioritizing your children's needs and seeking professional help for them, you are setting a strong example of how to respectfully handle such a difficult situation without compromising your own integrity or the well-being of your family. Comment 2. Not the idiot. The emotional labor you have invested into uncovering the truth shows a great deal of courage and commitment to transparency. Your fiancé's involvement in investigating the ex-husband's finances reveals a partnership that is based on mutual support and trust. While some might question involving your partner to such an extent, it is clear that your fiancé's intentions were to protect your family from further betrayal. It is crucial that you both work together to build a solid foundation before entering into marriage, and your decision to postpone the wedding is a wise one. It allows you to focus on healing as a family unit without the added stress and expectations that come with planning a wedding. Moreover, the fact that you have taken steps to ensure the children receive therapy indicates that you understand the long-term implications of their father's actions and are proactive in seeking solutions to help them navigate their feelings and confusion in a constructive manner. Comment 3. Not the idiot. You've been put in an immensely difficult position, and your actions reflect a person who is prioritizing ethical behavior and the emotional welfare of your family. By revealing the truth to your children, you are teaching them the importance of honesty and the courage it takes to face difficult truths. It's commendable that you're not only supporting your children through this trauma, but also allowing them the space to process their emotions and apologize for their confusion and hurt. The fact that you're willing to postpone personal happiness, that is, your wedding, in favor of familial stability, is a sacrifice that speaks volumes about your character. Furthermore, your ex-husband's sister's willingness to come forward with evidence indicates that she recognizes the toxic environment her brother has created and is willing to stand up for what's right, even when it's hard. Your ability to navigate this situation while keeping your children's best interests at heart without engaging in retaliatory actions is a testament to your strength and moral compass. Now, for the next story. My 36-year-old female child, 7-year-old female, asked if she could ride her pony to school last week. For context, we have a small paddock attached to our home where we keep 2 horses, one for me and one for my child. Every morning before school, my child gets all of her pony chores done before we leave, and we normally walk to school, which takes around 20 minutes. We live on the outskirts of a fairly populated city, where it's not uncommon to see horses occasionally, but we are by no means in a rural village. I agreed to let my daughter ride her pony to school because I thought it was a harmless and fun thing to do, and also it gives the pony some exercise as we had evening plans and wouldn't be riding that evening. We arrived at the school gates and of course gathered a bit of a crowd, which wasn't a problem. The pony is very good and enjoyed all the pats and strokes from the kids. One girl came running over from the year above my daughter and started shouting at me, saying she wanted to ride. I politely told her that she couldn't because she doesn't have a riding hat, and she would have to learn on a safer horse. She immediately started hysterically crying and pleading with her mum, saying she wanted to ride. Her mum looked at me with disgust and said, "See, this is what happens when you have no self-awareness and bring a freaking horse to a school," and stormed off, dragging her kid with her. I was a bit taken aback, but ignored her, sent my child into school, and walked the pony home. I was talking to my friend this weekend, and she said I was, in fact, the problem, and I was blatantly showing off and should have known that this would cause upset and problems. My response is I turn up to the school gates in jodhpurs and boots regularly, so everyone probably knows I have horses. Is that showing off too? All I wanted to do is let my daughter do something a bit silly and fun. Now I am really overthinking it though, and almost feel nervous to do the school drop-off tomorrow. So am I the jerk for letting my daughter ride her horse to school? Edit. I want to clear some things up. Firstly, I'm based in England. Secondly, the pony never went into the school grounds. There is a small patch of grass about 30 metres from the main school gate, and we stood there so no child with allergies would have been subject to horse germs if they didn't deliberately come over to us. This also means that I don't feel like I should have run it by the school. And lastly, the pony is an ex-riding school pony. It has been surrounded by kids its whole life and used to do kids' birthday parties and everything. I know animals are unpredictable, but I was 99% sure that the pony would be fine and actually just appreciate the fuss from the tiny humans. He absolutely did. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. I think I fall on no idiots here. Bringing the horse to school was guaranteed to cause a fuss among a bunch of little kids. That doesn't mean it's wrong that you did it. I just think that it was a very predictable outcome, that at least one kid would get scared, get upset they couldn't ride it, get in a tizzy, etc., and that this could trigger frustration in a parent. So if you were not anticipating that, I would agree with no self-awareness thing. And obviously, showing up with a whole horse is different from you showing up in jods and boots. I do think you're fine to do it, but if when a child flips out and a parent gets annoyed, you have to roll with that as an outcome of bringing a horse around a bunch of little kids. Comment 2. Not the idiot. Done that as well. In Neophobe Switzerland. People lost it as well, but we were having fun. Okay, I was on a huge 2,000-pound cold blood with hooves like big plates, so as long as I was there, nobody dared to say anything. Only when I was gone, some mothers freaked out about how dangerous this all was, but I didn't take it seriously. People also lost it when I gave my kids sushi in a bento box to kindergarten and claimed it's dangerous to eat raw fish, forbade them to eat the sushi, and called me at home what I was thinking. You can't make everybody happy. You are not pizza. Comment 3. I was talking to my friend this weekend and she said I was in fact the problem and I was blatantly showing off and should have known that this would cause upset and problems. Not the idiot, I disagree about the showing off. I disagree that it would cause problems. No question it would attract problems, but there is a difference between being the target of bullies and causing others to engage in bullying behaviour. That is a matter of other people's character and insecurities, not yours for being non-confirming, and you handled the situation correctly. Now, for the update. So, it's been a few weeks since the incident at my daughter's school with the pony and the other mum. I wanted to come back and give an update because this situation took an unexpected turn that warmed my heart. After the confrontation, I was really shaken and unsure about letting my daughter ride her pony to school again. But my daughter loves it so much, and I didn't want one sour experience to ruin this special part of her childhood. So, we kept our routine, but I was always on edge, scanning for the other mum. Then one morning, as we arrived at the school, I saw the same mum waiting. My heart sank, preparing for another clash, but she approached us with a completely different demeanour. She apologised for her reaction last time. She explained that she had been having a really tough day and wrongly took it out on us. I was taken aback, honestly. It's not every day you see such a sincere apology, but here's the beautiful part. She said her daughter hadn't stopped talking about the pony and wondered if there was a safe way for her to have a little ride after school. We discussed it and agreed to meet at a nearby park with proper riding gear for her daughter. It turned into a little after-school event. A few other parents and kids joined us, all maintaining a safe distance and taking turns with help from me and a couple of other horse-savvy parents. The kids were thrilled, and my daughter felt like a little celebrity with her pony. The best moment was seeing the smile on the face of the girl who initially wanted to ride. Her mum was right there, taking pictures and thanking us profusely. She even brought homemade cookies as a thank you, and we all had a mini picnic in the park. The experience has turned into a regular thing now. Every other Friday we have a small gathering for the kids to learn about horses and take supervised rides. It's become a community-building activity, and the school even praised our initiative for promoting animal education and empathy. I never imagined that an uncomfortable confrontation would lead to such a positive outcome. We've created a space of learning joy and respect for animals that's brought parents and kids together. I'm so happy I didn't let fear dictate our actions, and grateful for the power of apologies and second chances. Now, for the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. It's completely understandable to have a tough day and react in a way that isn't typical for you, especially when it comes to matters involving your children. The important thing here is that you recognized your mistake and took the initiative to apologize. That shows a level of maturity and self-awareness that is commendable. Moreover, your ability to turn the situation around by working together to create a positive outcome not only for your daughter, but for the whole community is impressive. It's a beautiful example of how a negative experience can be transformed into an opportunity for growth, learning, and community bonding. The fact that you've now established a regular gathering that promotes animal education and empathy speaks volumes about your character and your commitment to turning a bad day into a lasting positive impact for everyone involved. Comment 2. Not the idiot. What stands out in this story is the power of communication and the willingness to repair a relationship after a confrontation. It takes courage to admit when you're wrong and even more to apologize. Your actions have led to a valuable educational experience for the children and have fostered a sense of togetherness among the parents. In addition to this, providing a safe space for children to interact with animals is a fantastic way to teach them responsibility and kindness towards other living beings. This not only benefits the children, but also the animals involved, as they are treated with care and respect. It's a testament to how a single act of reconciliation can spark a chain reaction of positive events in a community. Comment 3. Not the idiot. The resolution of this conflict is a testament to the power of empathy and the importance of giving people the chance to redeem themselves. Your initial confrontation, while regrettable, became a catalyst for a much-needed community space where children can learn about animals and where parents can connect. This initiative likely provides a unique hands-on learning experience for kids who might not have had the chance to be close to animals like a pony before. It's not just about the children having fun, it's also about instilling a sense of responsibility and educating them on proper animal care. This teaches them valuable life lessons about nurturing and compassion that will serve them well into adulthood. Your actions have turned an unfortunate incident into a heartwarming example of how a community can come together and create something wonderful out of a misunderstanding. If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day!